you moved out west. You tell me stories underneath sunsets. Could it be more than just one night? Kissing the cab ride, head turning left, right. Get a ticket for two to wherever you choose. Drinking some red out of the blue. You say my name with your accent, makes me remember how much I missed you. Hope you're planning to stay for a million days. You'll be my summer in December. Hey boy, trust my intuitions always. I'm not superstitious, I got lucky. Stole your heart and it was mine for the taking.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope all of you are doing well and are safe at home. So from the title of the video, you guys would have figured out already that I'm going to talk about my Sri Lanka trip. So before actually getting into the travel part, I thought I'll just sit down and give you a little information about how exactly did I plan the whole trip. So first things first, flight booking and visa application process. So I booked my flight almost 1 month prior to my travel using an application called Vigo. I flew with Indigo Airlines and the round trip cost me around 9,800 rupees including tax and everything. And coming to the visa application, you have visa on arrival for Sri Lanka as well, but I applied it online using their ETA website, that is the Electronic Travel Authorization website, which cost me around $20 because India is a part of SAARC. For other countries, it costs around $35. So in Indian rupees, it approximately cost me around 1,400 rupees as of now, like according to today's currency. Coming to the accommodation part, I booked all my accommodation using this application called Airbnb. I was actually thinking of booking hostels, but then I wasn't sure if there were hostels available in all parts of Sri Lanka that I was planning to travel. So I just booked everything on Airbnb. So I'm gonna put all the links of my accommodation below in the description so you can just go have a look at it. So now let's talk about transportation. Transportation in Sri Lanka was not really that difficult. I would say it was very easy to commute from one place to another place because you very frequently get a lot of cabs and tuk-tuks, and also Sri Lanka has a really well-connected railway system. That's about the transportation. You don't really have to worry about the transportation. It's really easy, like you can figure it out. Just download these two applications, Pick Me Up and Sri Lankan Train Schedule, and I think you'll be sorted. So now let's talk about my favorite part, that is food. So if you are a seafood lover like me, Sri Lanka is a heaven for you guys. You have so many different varieties of seafood that you can try there. But even if you're not a fan of seafood, you have a lot of chicken options as well. Now, if you're a vegetarian, I didn't really try a lot of vegetarian food in Sri Lanka, but in pretty much all the restaurants or cafes that I had been to, the menu did have a lot of vegetarian options. If you really want to know about my favorite restaurants in Sri Lanka, then stay tuned till the end of the video. I'm going to talk to you about my favorite food places in Sri Lanka.
My flight from Bangalore to Negombo was quite comfortable and it lasted for almost 1 hour 50 minutes. So as soon as landing, I booked a cab and headed straight to Colombo. By the time I reached Colombo, it was quite late at night. So I just checked into this hotel called Roadster Studios, which was quite good. It was very comfortable and clean. So the next day morning, I woke up quite early and started doing the sightseeing in Colombo. I visited a mosque and few Buddha temples there.
Makes me remember how much I missed you.
After spending my morning sightseeing around Colombo, I was quite hungry and I headed for lunch to this very famous restaurant in Colombo called Ministry of Crabs. This place is amazing and it is one of my favorite places. I absolutely love the food over here. I even tried oysters and you can say from my expression that I didn't quite like it. After having some good food, I again took a cab and headed to this place called Hikkaduwa. So this is the Airbnb that I stayed in Hikkaduwa. In Hikkaduwa, I spent most of my time just on the beaches. I also went on a lagoon safari which lasted for almost 2.5 hours. I would definitely recommend you guys to do this. It's a very nice place to watch sunset. At the place where I did lagoon safari, they had a fish spa as well. So I gave that a shot as well. And the remaining time I was either playing with turtles in the turtle hatchery center or with some cats. I even tried scuba diving, but unfortunately due to bad weather conditions and high tides, I didn't really have a good experience in the ocean. That is why I don't have any footage from the ocean. I just have the video from during the training session that was in the swimming pool. After spending 2 full days in Hikkaduwa, I took a train and headed to Gal. This is the Airbnb that I stayed in Gal. I absolutely have no words to explain how beautiful this place is. This definitely is my most favorite place in Sri Lanka. It has everything. Beautiful cafes, a lot of boutiques to do shopping at, and the best way to explore this place is definitely by walking around. And the place is so lit during the evening, like with some outdoor seating in all the cafes. I just absolutely love this place. I stayed in Gal just for 1 day and I regret not staying there for long enough. But anyway, I took a train and then headed to Velingama, where I decided to splurge my money on this beautiful resort. So today was all about relaxing. I didn't really go out of the resort at all. I just spent all my day in my room walking around the resort and also having some really good Sri Lankan food. I also saw a lot of monitor lizards and this was one of them. Watching it, I kinda got scared, packed my bags and then booked a cab and headed straight to Ella. In Ella, I stayed at this tree house called Ella Eco Lodge, where they serve the best breakfast. Some coconut pancakes, avocado smoothie and some fresh fruits. I also visited this place called Ravana Falls. There's something called Ravana Caves as well, but because of time constraints, I couldn't hike up. But I definitely hiked down for almost 20 minutes to go to this place called Seven Arc Bridge, which is actually built by British and I don't know how many years ago was it, but it definitely is a beautiful place. I even gave ziplining a try for the first time. I booked this one online on their website and I don't really remember how much it cost. I don't think it was more than 1,500 or 2,000 bucks, but it definitely is a really good experience. I would definitely recommend you guys to do this. Then I had to take a train all the way from Ella to Nuvaria, where I had booked these fancy looking cabins called the hideout cabins. I rented out a bike and spent the rest of my evening just going around the town, and I woke up to the most beautiful sunrise in the middle of tea plantations. I took a train all the way from Nuvalia to Kandy, which was almost for 3 hours. So the train ride from Kandy to Ella or Ella to Kandy is considered to be one of the must-do things in Sri Lanka, and it definitely is a very beautiful ride. So this is the Airbnb I stayed in Kandy. I visited the famous Tooth Temple at Kandy and also the lake right next to the temple, which is known as Kandy Lake. The rest of the afternoon I just spent some time shopping for my family and friends. If you guys are planning to shop some sovereigns, I would definitely recommend you guys to go to this place called Lavesel. It is a bit on the expensive side, but it's totally worth it. And the rest of the evening I spent watching dance performances at one of the clubs in Kandy. This is how I spent 10 days exploring the southern part of Sri Lanka. Now I'm going to talk to you about my favorite restaurants in Sri Lanka. So now the first restaurant has to be the Ministry of Crabs. This place is owned by the famous cricketer Kumara Sangakkara, and it serves different varieties of crabs. The second place is Cajun on Wheels, which is also at Colombo. The third one is Sugar Bistro. This place has an amazing ambience, and you guys should definitely try their seafood spaghetti. The fourth place is Isle of Gelato, which is in Gal. This is the best place to have dessert at. You guys should definitely try their Choco Almond Gelato. The last but not the least is the Peddlers Inn in Gal. They serve some really good crab chili.
I'm bad at pretending, you know I'll be true. Sunday mornings and midnight.
Also, I would recommend you guys to have Sri Lankan meals in any of the restaurants.
You took a picture, keep by my bedside. So you
I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, watch the videos which are appearing on the screen, and thank you.